And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Look, I have given you as a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be your prophet. Now you shall speak to him all things that I command you. And Aaron your brother shall tell Pharaoh so that he sends the sons of Israel away from his land. But I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and I will multiply my signs and wonders in the land Egypt. And Pharaoh shall not listen to you, and I will lay my hand upon Egypt, and I will bring out with my host my people, the sons of Israel, from the land of Egypt with great vengeance. And all the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch out the hand against Egypt, and I shall bring the sons of Israel out from their midst. And Moses and Aaron did just as the Lord commanded them, so they did. Now Moses was 80 years old, but Aaron his brother was 83 years old, when he spoke to Pharaoh. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, And if Pharaoh should speak to you, saying, Give us a sign or wonder, you shall say to Aaron your brother, Take the rod, and throw it upon the ground before Pharaoh, and before his attendants, and it will be a dragon. Now Moses and Aaron went in before Pharaoh and his attendants, and did so just as the Lord commanded them. And Aaron threw down the rod before Pharaoh and before his attendants, and it became a dragon. And Pharaoh summoned the experts of Egypt and the sorcerers, and they also, the enchanters of the Egyptians, did likewise by their magical potions. And each one threw down his rod, and they became dragons. And the rod of Aaron swallowed the rods of those people. And the heart of Pharaoh prevailed, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord spoke to them. Now the Lord said to Moses, The heart of Pharaoh is weighed down, so as not to send away the people. Go to Pharaoh in the morning. Look, he himself is going out to the water, and you shall stand, meeting him on the bank of the river. And the rod that was turned into a snake you shall take in your hand. And you shall say to him, The Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has sent me to you, saying, Send away my people, so that they may serve me in the wilderness. And look, you did not listen up to this point. This is what the Lord says, By this you shall know that I am the Lord. Look, with the rod that is in my hand, I am about to strike upon the water that is in the river, and it shall turn to blood. And the fish that are in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall be unable to drink water from the river. Now the Lord said to Moses, Say to Aaron your brother, Take your rod, and stretch out the hand over the waters of Egypt, and over the waters, and over their canals, and over their marshes, and over all their accumulated water, and they shall be blood. And the blood occurred in all the land of Egypt, both in things made from wood, and things made from stone. And Moses and Aaron did so just as the Lord commanded them. And Aaron lifted up, and with his rod struck the water that was in the river before Pharaoh and before his attendants. And all the water in the river turned into blood. And the fish in the river died, and the river stank. And the Egyptians could not drink water from the river. And there was blood in the whole land of Egypt. But also the Egyptians enchanters did likewise with their magical potions. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, and he did not put his mind even to this. Now all the Egyptians dug around the river, so that they might drink water, and they could not drink water from the river. And 7 days were completed after the Lord struck the river. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go in to Pharaoh, and you will say to him, This is what the Lord says, Send away my people so that they may serve me. But if you are unwilling to send them away, look, I am going to strike all your borders with frogs, and the river shall vomit frogs, and when they come up, they shall enter into your houses, and into the secret places of your bedrooms, and upon your beds, and into the houses of your attendants, and your people, and in your bread dough, and in your ovens. And upon you, and upon your attendants, and upon your people, the frogs shall come up. Then the Lord said to Moses, Say to Aaron your brother, Stretch out by hand your rod over the rivers, and over the canals, and over the marshes, and bring up the frogs. And Aaron stretched out the hand over the waters of Egypt, and brought up the frogs. And the frog was made to come up, and covered the land of Egypt. But also the Egyptians enchanters did likewise with their magical potions, and they brought up frogs in the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called Moses and Aaron and said, Pray on my behalf to the Lord, and let him take away the frogs from me and from my people. and I will send away the people, and they may sacrifice to the Lord." Then Moses said to Pharaoh, "Arrange for me when I should pray for you and for your attendants and your people to remove the frogs from you, and from your people and out of your houses. Only in the river shall they remain." And he said, "Tomorrow." He said therefore, "As you have said, so that you may know that there is no other except the Lord. And the frogs shall be taken away from you, and out of your houses, and out of your villages, and from your attendants and from your people. Only in the river shall they remain." Then Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried to the Lord about the curtailing of the frogs, as he had arranged with Pharaoh. And the Lord did just as Moses said, and the frogs died from the houses, and from the villages, and from the fields. And they gathered them in heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that respite had occurred, his heart was weighed down, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord said. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Say to Aaron, Stretch out by hand your rod, and strike the levees of earth, and there shall be gnats both on people and on quadrupeds, and on the whole land of Egypt." Aaron therefore stretched out by hand the rod, and struck the levees of the earth, and the gnats were both on people and on quadrupeds, and in every levee of the earth. The gnats were in all the land of Egypt. But also the enchanters did likewise with their magical potions, to produce the gnat, and they could not. And the gnats were both on people and on quadrupeds. The enchanters therefore said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord said. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Rise early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Look, he himself will go out to the water, and you will say to him, 'This is what the Lord says, Send away my people, so that they may serve me. But if you should be unwilling to send away my people, look, I am going to send against you, and against your attendants, and against your people, and against your houses, the dog-fly, and the Egyptians' houses shall be filled with the dog-fly, even into the land which they are on. And I will distinguish gloriously on that day the land of Geshem, which my people are on, whereon the dog-fly shall not be, so that you may know that I am the Lord of all the land. And I will put a distinction between my people and between your people. Now on the morrow this sign shall be upon the land." And the Lord did so, and the dog-fly came in great numbers into the houses of Pharaoh, and into the houses of his attendants, and into the whole land of Egypt. And the land was ruined as a result of the dog-fly. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron, saying, "Go and sacrifice to your God in the land." And Moses said, "It cannot be so, for we would sacrifice to the Lord our God the abominations of the Egyptians. For if we should sacrifice the abominations of the Egyptians before them, we will be stoned. A 3 days' journey we will go into the wilderness, and we will sacrifice to the Lord our God according as he told us." And Pharaoh said, "I will send you away, and sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness, but not far shall you proceed to go. Pray therefore for me to the Lord." Then Moses said, "Right now I will go out from you, and I will pray to God, and the dog-fly will depart from you, and from your attendants and your people tomorrow. Do not add any more, Pharaoh, to deceiving, so as not to send away the people to sacrifice to the Lord." Then Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed to God. Now the Lord did as Moses said, and he took away the dog-fly from Pharaoh, and from his attendants, and from his people, and not one remained. And Pharaoh made his heart heavy also on this occasion, and he was unwilling to send away the people. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go into Pharaoh, and you shall say to him, 'This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says, Send away my people, so that they may serve me. Yet if you are unwilling to send away my people, but still hold on to them, look, the hand of the Lord will be on your animals on the plains, both on the horses and on the draft animals, and on the camels and cattle and sheep, a very great death. And I will distinguish gloriously between the animals of the Egyptians and between the animals of the sons of Israel. Not a thing from all the sons of Israel shall die." And God gave a limit, saying, "Tomorrow the Lord will do this thing on the land." And the Lord did this thing on the next day, and all the Egyptians' animals died. But from the animals of the sons of Israel nothing died. But when Pharaoh saw that nothing from the animals of the sons of Israel died, Pharaoh's heart became heavy, and he did not send away the people. Then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, You take handfuls of furnace soot, and let Moses scatter it toward heaven before Pharaoh, and before his attendants, and let it become a dust cloud over all the land of Egypt. And there shall be upon humans and quadrupeds festering sores, oozing blisters, both on humans and on quadrupeds, in all the land of Egypt. And he took the furnace soot before Pharaoh, and Moses scattered it toward heaven, and festering sores, oozing blisters, occurred both on humans and on quadrupeds. And the magicians were unable to stand before Moses because of the festering sores. For the festering sores occurred on the magicians and in the whole land of Egypt. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not listen to him, according as the Lord instructed Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, Rise early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and you shall say to him, This is what the Lord says, the God of the Hebrews. Send away my people, so that they may serve me. For at the present time I am sending out all my encounters into the heart of you, and your attendants and your people, so that you may know that there is no other like me in all the land. For if now I sent my hand, I would strike you and your people with death, and you would be destroyed from the land. And for this reason you have been spared, in order that I might display in you my power, and in order that my name might be proclaimed in all the land. Still then you hold on to my people, so as not to send them away. Look, I am about to rain at this hour tomorrow very abundant hail, such as has not occurred in Egypt from the day which it was founded until this day. Now therefore, hurry to gather your animals and whatever belongs to you on the plain, for all the humans and animals, whatever should be found on the plains and should not enter into a dwelling, but the hail should fall upon them, shall die. The one among Pharaoh's attendants who feared the word of the Lord gathered his animals into dwellings. But whoever did not pay attention with his mind to the word of the Lord left the animals on the plain. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hand toward heaven, and there shall be hail on the whole land of Egypt, both on humans and animals, and on all herbage which is on the land. Then Moses stretched out the hand towards heaven, and the Lord gave sounds and hail, and fire ran about on the land, and the Lord rained hail on the whole land of Egypt. Now there was hail and fire flashing in the hail. Now the hail was very, very abundant, such as had not occurred in Egypt, from the time when a people had come into being upon it. Then hail struck in all the land of Egypt from human to animal, and all herbage on the plain the hail struck, and all the trees of the plains the hail crushed. Only in the land Geshem, where the sons of Israel were, the hail did not occur. Then Pharaoh sent and summoned Moses and Aaron and said to them, Now I have sinned. The Lord is just, but I and my people are impious. Therefore pray for me to the Lord, and let him put a stop to God's sounds and hail and fire, and I will send you away, and you will no longer continue to stay. And Moses said to him, As soon as I leave the city, I will spread out my hands to the Lord, and the sounds will stop, and the hail and the rain will be no more, so that you may know that the land is the Lord's. Both you and your attendants, I know that you have not yet come to fear the Lord. Now the flax and the barley were ruined, for the barley was ripe, and the flax was going to seed, but the wheat and the spelt were not ruined, for they were late. Then Moses went out from Pharaoh outside of the city, and he spread out his hands to the Lord, and the sounds ceased, and the hail and the rain no longer dripped on the land. Now when Pharaoh saw that the rain had ceased, and the hail and the sounds, he continued to sin, and made his heart and that of his attendants heavy. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not send away the sons of Israel, according as the Lord said to Moses. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Go in to Pharaoh, for I made his heart and that of his attendants heavy, in order that one after another these signs might come upon them, that you may recount in the ears of your children, and to the children of your children, how I mocked the Egyptians, and my signs that I did among them, and you will know that I am the Lord. Then Moses and Aaron went in before Pharaoh and said to him, This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says, For how long are you unwilling to respect me? Send away my people, so that they may serve me. But if you are not willing to send away my people, look, I am bringing during this hour tomorrow a grasshopper swarm upon all your borders, and it shall cover the face of the land, and you will not be able to see the land. And it shall devour all the rest that remains that the hail left for you, and it shall devour every tree that grows for you on the land, and your houses and the houses of your attendants, and all the houses in all the land of Egypt shall be filled, something that your fathers or their grandfathers have never seen, from the day when they came on the land until this day. And Moses turned away and went out from Pharaoh. Then the attendants of Pharaoh say to him, For how long will this be a stumbling block for us? Send away the people, so that they may serve the Lord their God. Or do you wish to know that Egypt lies in ruins? And they brought back both Moses and Aaron to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Go, serve the Lord your God. But who are those that are going? And Moses says, With the young and old men we will go, with our sons and daughters and sheep and cattle, for it is the Lord our God's feast. And he said to them, Let the Lord so be with you, according as I send you. I should not also send your chattels, should I? Take note that wickedness lies before you. Not so, but let the men go, and you serve God. For this you yourselves are asking. Then they thrust them out from the presence of Pharaoh. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out the hand on the land of Egypt, and let the grasshopper come up on the land, and it will devour all the herbage of the land, and all the fruit of the trees, which the hail left behind. And Moses lifted up the rod towards heaven, and the Lord brought up a south wind upon the land that whole day and whole night. The morning came, and the south wind took up the grasshopper, and brought it up on all the land of Egypt. And a great many settled on all the borders of Egypt. A grasshopper such as this had not occurred before it, and after it there shall not be such. And it covered the face of the land, and the land was ruined. And it devoured all the herbage of the land, and all the fruit of the trees, which was left from the hail. Nothing green was left on the trees, and on all the herbage of the plain in the whole land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh hastened to summon Moses and Aaron, saying, I have sinned before the Lord your God and against you. Therefore bear with my sin now again, and pray to the Lord your God, and let him take away from me this death. So Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed to God. And the Lord turned a violent wind from the sea, and it took up the grasshopper and threw it into the Red Sea, and not one grasshopper was left in the whole land of Egypt. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not send away the sons of Israel. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out the hand towards heaven, and let there be darkness over the land of Egypt, palpable darkness. So Moses stretched out the hand toward heaven, and there was darkness, gloom, hurricane, on all the land of Egypt for 3 days. And no one saw his brother, and no one rose up from his bed for 3 days. But for all the sons of Israel there was light in all places where they were dwelling. And Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron, saying, Go, serve the Lord your God, only leave behind the sheep and cattle, and let your chattels depart with you. And Moses said, But you also will give us whole burnt offerings and sacrifices, that we shall make to the Lord our God. And our animals will go with us, and we shall not leave behind a hoof. For from them we shall take to serve the Lord our God. But we do not know how we should worship the Lord our God until we go there. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he was unwilling to send them away. And Pharaoh says, Depart from me, watch out that yet again you see my face. Now on whatever day you should appear to me, you shall die. Then Moses said, You have spoken. I shall no longer appear to you in person.